going to talk about Powerball jackpot today. Supreme Court is going to hear some arguments on President Trump's an executive order of his, so we'll talk about that. And it seems like same old going on in the news over the weekend. So we'll.
Oh, there we go.
We'll cover some of that stuff.
And snow-wise, really not getting too much today, but tomorrow we actually have a winter storm watch in effect. So that's something we got to keep an eye on.
So that could mean a couple. I think it said 2 to 4 inches or something like that. Or
Yeah,
did I make that up?
the main thing is we got to watch out for that wintry mix because that's everybody's favorite because it sticks to the ground and we can't get rid of it.
I know, it's awful. I hate that when it. But you know, it's not going to be that warm. How are we going to have a wintry mix, or is it going to be warm tomorrow?
34.
Oh yeah, that's a wintry mix. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wish it would just be snow. The snow that I shoveled this morning was just light as a feather, easy to move. So
that's some of that leaf blower snow.
yeah, it was leaf blower snow. It certainly was. In fact, I wish I had thought of that. That would have been a really good idea. So throughout the day, as we get just a dusting here and there, I'm taking out the leaf blower.
A lot easier than the shovel.
I have to make sure it's still up in the garage. It didn't get put away for the winter. I sure hope so. Well, did you have a good weekend? It was fast again.
Busy weekend. I was in Detroit Lakes Friday night for the Otter Girls game, and the Otter Girls pulled that one off against DL. And I will have to say this. I look at some of these gyms that I've been in recently, and I really wish that Fergus would have done what some of these schools did. Like the DL gym's just absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I've not been in the DL gym. Well, that's not true. I may have. A lot of times when there's tournaments over there, especially if you have younger people
You're
playing.
not in the main gym.
You're not in the main gym. So I don't know if I've seen the new one.
It's gorgeous. It's got a walking track around it.
Oh, boy, that's such a nice addition to a community when they do that.
The
Pelican has a really nice one, too, for that.
The press box area had, like, we were talking about, normally we're scrambling to find things to plug in. They had 8 or 16 Ethernet jacks. It was nice.
So nice. Yeah, nice to go into a place like that when you're plugging in all that stuff.
Yep.
Well, it was a busy sports weekend for sure. And, you know, Tuesday, at least for us, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are pretty much are pretty much sports days. And then to round that out, we have a Christmas concert, 2 Christmas parties, and a Christmas weekend of family. So this whole week is just going to be a blur, just one thing after another. But that's okay. That's you know how every holiday season there are some things that either are a lot of work or you're not especially looking forward to going to. Or you just think, you know, it's weighing on you, and or maybe there's some gift buying that you're like, oh, I just don't know what to get that person, and then you get that gift, or you go to that event and it's done and behind you, and then, that's where I am.
I wish I was even remotely close to that.
Yeah, everything that's coming up still are all my favorite things about Christmas, so I'm looking forward to. Not that I didn't look forward to the things that have already come and gone.
Yeah.
It's just that some of those are a little
more stressful than
others. A little more stressful. You know, a few more things to do to make them, you know, to pull them off. And so today, as I look forward, it's all the best Christmas stuff coming up. So I look forward to that.
I wish.
And and I did.
I got so much to do.
I did. Well, I did a little more shopping. I had. Actually, some of the shopping that I had to do, I already had to return because either it was the wrong thing or somebody else bought it.
That's always the worst, especially when you think, okay, this is the ultimate gift. This is going to be perfect.
I know.
And then like 3 other people are like, hey, this is the ultimate gift. This is going to be perfect.
Yeah, and so I did have to already return a couple of things. One thing that I didn't think I was going to be able to find here in town, and so I bought it. And then I did find it here in town. So I returned the out-of-town one.
Oh, nice.
And bought the in-town one. So, and had another great experience yesterday shopping. There was a couple of boutique kind of stores downtown that typically aren't open on Sunday, but they've decided for 3 Sundays in December they're going to be open.
That's a great idea.
For a few hours. And so that was really nice, and I was able to fill out one more gift idea yesterday. So, yeah, I feel like I'm in good shape. It's, there's still a few things out there that I haven't nailed down, but in pretty good shape
That's nice.
and broke. So I have to be done here pretty soon. But it sure has been fun buying all this stuff, and everything that I have is wrapped. Again, every time I buy 2 or 3 things, I get them wrapped so it isn't this big giant job at the end. Yeah, I don't know when it's all going to fall apart, but I feel pretty organized this year.
That's usually the kiss of death.
Well, I know it is. So I feel like knock for Micah.
I'm always scrambling and in such a mess that's how I know it all comes together.
Okay, well maybe it's better to scramble. But for the first year, I've written down. I always have a list of who gets what,
Yep.
so that I can keep everybody kind of even. But as I wrap them, once it's wrapped, then I can't remember what's in what box.
You need a number.
So I do. So everything is numbered this year with a corresponding list, because there are certain things that I like to have them opened in a certain order.
There you go.
Just because, you save the best for last kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that level of organization for me is something I've never done. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now I just hope I don't lose the list or something. I probably ought to make a couple photocopies. But anyway, it's sneaking up. By the time we get to this weekend, it's going to be the middle of December.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
And then, boy, I know. Then it comes around. And it just seems like there's busy. There's so many things. If it's not athletic events, it's concerts and that sort of thing. And so this is going to be a busy week, and it's going to fly by. And pretty soon, Christmas is going to be on us.
Yeah.
And then I almost look forward to, January. I know it's cold and it's snow and all that. But once things slow down a little bit, isn't it nice?
It is, but it really, especially in my family, kind of kicks up for a little bit because my mom's birthday is on January 3rd. So
and your mom's birthday month is January.
Yes, and
yeah.
It is celebrated as the month.
As it should be. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, let's see what happened over the weekend. National Park Service has revised its list of fee-free days, removing Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth, while adding Flag Day and President Trump's birthday.
That's tacky.
I think so. Adding Flag Day, that should be there.
Yeah.
June 14th.
I don't mind Flag Day, but Trump's birthday?
Yeah, I would agree. The change, and maybe it will just be for, the years that he's in office, and then...
I got a feeling somebody's going to change that really quick.
Yeah, my guess is it will change. The change comes weeks after the administration announced higher entry fees for non-U.S. citizens and non-residents. A $100 fee will apply at 11 popular parks, and annual passes for non-residents will rise to $250 in 2026. Now,
Whoa.
I don't know what that has been before. Do you? The price?
I'm trying to remember what it was when we went to Yellowstone a couple years ago. It wasn't cheap.
I don't remember it being that expensive.
It wasn't that expensive, but it wasn't cheap. But yeah.
But I haven't been to a national park in a while, so I mean it could have gone way up since I remember. But anyway, it's going to cost a little more, and some of those fee-free days are going to go away. But then we're adding a couple too, so I guess we're even.
But I mean, if I remember right, isn't Martin Luther King's birthday in February?
Yes, and it's always celebrated on a Monday. I don't know when the actual date is.
But I mean, quite honestly, I'd rather go in June instead of February.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, good idea.
But I mean, it's still tacky to take that off the list.
And Juneteenth as well,
Yeah.
if you have special feelings about that. The Powerball jackpot has surged to an estimated $875 million.
I might have to unwrinkle $2 and buy one ticket.
Yeah, maybe so. Making it the second largest prize of 2025 and the 7th biggest in the game's history. The increase follows Saturday night's drawing, where no ticket matched all the winning numbers. The next drawing is scheduled for tonight. Players can choose between a lump sum cash payout of $403.6 million or, an annual take. I would so run with the 403. million rather.
Then after Minnesota taxes, you probably get $20.
Yeah, exactly. $403.6 million. So,
I'd be like, I want to see all these tax breaks that everybody keeps complaining rich people get.
I wonder though, I mean, if it's worth an estimated $875 million and you get to pick the cash payout of 403, sounds like the taxes are already removed, don't you think?
Nope. That's the cut the lottery takes.
Oh, the lottery takes.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
that's the instant
So you pay
thing.
taxes on the 403.
You pay tax on the 400.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, you'd be better off
Moving
even
to
paying the
Florida.
taxes. Yeah, moving to Florida quick.
Believe it or not, I live in South Dakota. It's only an hour away.
Yeah, exactly right. Coast Guard cutter Munro seized more than 10 tons of cocaine from a drug smuggling boat south of Mexico. Officials said the open-bowed vessel, powered by 3 large outboard motors, was intercepted in the eastern Pacific Ocean. CBS News reported it was the largest at-sea drug seizure in more than 20 years. The mission was part of Operation Pacific Viper, launched by the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard back in August. So, I tell you what.
At least it didn't get blown up.
If they tell me to get on a boat and run these drugs to the United States, I'm
no.
saying, that's a hard pass.
Yeah.
Not going to do that.
Why
that is
don't
not going
you
well.
try
yeah,
that?
why don't you do that? I can't believe there isn't some sort of, a vessel that doesn't need people on it.
A drone?
Yeah, well, I suppose a drone somehow to operate that vessel with nobody on it, because they're getting blown up left and right.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't care what you say. They have good intelligence. I really believe this. And from multiple sources. It's not like they think, gosh, that looks like a drug boat, blow it up. I mean, they have intel on these boats. And it's very specific. I really believe they know what they're doing. And if you're going to run illegal drugs, then that is the chance that you take.
Yep.
So, should have been happening a long ago, and it shouldn't have been coming across our border like it was for 4 years plus, and we wouldn't be in this shape. Let's see. The Supreme Court announced Friday it will hear arguments on President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. The case centers on the 14th Amendment clause ratified in 1868, which guarantees citizenship to anyone born in the United States. The court is expected to hold oral arguments in April and issue a decision by late June. Trump signed the executive order on January 20th. President Trump criticized Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar for running again as a Democrat after receiving a presidential pardon. He accused this guy of showing such a lack of loyalty. He was pardoned along with his wife in a federal bribery and conspiracy case, and he remains a conservative Democrat willing to work with the administration. And he says this, quote, to see where we can find common ground, unquote.
There was a lot of talk that Trump thought he would go Republican, and he's annoyed that he's going to stay Democrat.
Well, I think I'd have made darn sure of that before you pardon the guy, but, and I'm not so sure this guy
is going to win.
That he even deserved the pardon.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that going on. Let's see what else we have for you. The American Association for Cancer Research reports that childhood cancer survival rates have climbed to 87% between 2015 and 2021, up from 63% in the mid-1970s. So those are good numbers. Pediatric cancer deaths dropped 57% from 1970 to the year 2000, and another 19% drop from 2001 to 2023. The FDA approved over 20 targeted therapies and more than 10 immunotherapies for pediatric cancers up until this year. Cancer drugs approved specifically for children increased their chances of survival. However, challenges, of course, remain. that some of those survivors of childhood cancer could develop chronic health problems in adulthood, something, that is kind of a product of all of, all of the treatment that they received as a kid. But I guess you do what you do to save that child's life. So it's good to hear that the numbers are moving in the right direction and we're making headway on childhood cancer.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah. All right. We're going to talk when we come back about a former Maryland police officer who creates a mobile laundry service for the homeless. I'd love to hear a story like that. And a survey that shows Americans prefer cash over traditional holiday gifts. So if you've got some people on that list that you don't know what to buy for, well, there's a tip. So we'll be back with that and more on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, hear any news from the illegal immigration front in Minneapolis. Hear the news of the day as it unfolds, of course. But program note, the final hour will be a rebroadcast of Ox and Friends from Friday. But it all starts with Heard It on Hot Talk. Spot the fake news from the week that was. Oh, and how about them Vikes? See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the Ox say?
This is Amy with the Fergus Falls Chamber, and the holiday spirit is already buzzing around town. Local shops are stocked, the streets feel festive, and our holiday shopping spree giveaway is officially underway. We're giving away more than $2,000 in prizes from local businesses. Grab a shopping spree card at the Chamber or any participating location, and every dollar you spend while you shop, eat, and enjoy Fergus Falls earns you a stamp. Join in the holiday fun now through December 15th. Plus, snap a selfie with Dash the Elf to enter our contest for a chance to win a family fun pack. Follow our social media and website for more details.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
A morning of unforgettable fun is waiting for you at the Candy Cane and Cocoa Party, presented by Lake Region Healthcare Pediatric Therapies. December 13th from 9 a.m. to noon at the Fergus Falls YMCA. Snap a picture with Santa, play reindeer games, get your face painted, or fun balloon. This event is made possible by the Fergus Falls YMCA, Big Boys Painting, American Federal Bank, and Fergus Falls Monument. You don't want to miss the Candy Cane and Cocoa Party.
Choosing the right residual herbicide can feel like you need a map. Too many choices, too many claims that never quite hold up. Enough is enough. Residual brand herbicides from BASF make the choice easy. It sets the standard for longer-lasting weed control, giving up to 2 more weeks of protection than competitors. When you have a residuation in your soybean fields, residual brand herbicides deliver new solutions to meet your evolving needs. Make the lasting choice and talk to your retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Opening market update here on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains starting out the week a bit mixed here. Wheat complex mixed. Corn up slightly. Soybeans down 7.5 to 9 cents. Bauer Trading Market Analyst Ben Cash says soybeans starting the week off on the downside with slow exports to China and favorable South American weather.
Seeing the soybeans is pretty good weather for the most part in South America. Obviously, the Chinese buying here has really not been up to the standard that we were expecting here, or the pace needed to meet that 12 million metric tons by the end of the year. I know that kind of got rolled out to maybe the end of February, but once again, the pace still remains pretty slow at this point, and weather, like I said, looks mostly favorable in the next 2 weeks in South America, so that does lean negative as well. We also have kind of a technical breakdown here. That euphoria that China was going to, continue to buy has kind of been priced into the market here a little bit. We did leave technical gap on the chart down at 1063 and a quarter, and I think the market wants to go down and fill that before we bounce back and maybe even trade higher here.
Cattle market seeing some profit taking to start out the week.
Cattle market had a great week last week. I think you're seeing a little bit of a pullback, some profit taken. We've also got kind of a risk-off tone across the macro markets here this morning, so I think that's spilling over into the cattle as well. But, we've had a nice rebound from the lows, and I think it's starting to consolidate a little bit here. We did see that November price, I believe, on feeders go off around 340, and we did test that here this morning as well as on Friday on the Jan contract. So we're kind of back into that price level that we've seen prior to all the liquidation there.
Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
In this week's edition of the Fielding Questions podcast from Ag Country Farm Credit Services and the Red River Farm Network, we had a chance to talk with Tax Officer Dane Larson.
Well, I work with entities, meaning two of those entities are LLCs and S-Corps. Well, before, the payment limit was limited to one per entity. Now it's limited not by that, but it's limited by how many members or partners or shareholders are in those entities. So that's a very positive thing. So when it comes to qualifying for extra payments, also, the FSA handbook had it that traded farm equipment was not considered farm income, but that was changed in the big beautiful bill. So that's just the FSA end of it. So, yeah. So there's positives out there, and we are hoping that income that we're hoping for in 25 does come in.
Don't miss this edition of the Fielding Questions podcast, produced in collaboration between Ag Country Farm Credit Services and the Red River Farm Network.
Early mornings, late nights, rain, snow, sunshine. It's the rhythm of the day for the American farmer and rancher. We get it. The Red River Farm Network is here to help you make informed decisions for your farm. We're proud to deliver farm news, markets, and weather to the innovators and decision makers. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
Imagine this. You gather a stadium full of farmers, step up to the podium, and tell them about your business. What would that be worth to you and your company? This is Don Wick from the Red River Farm Network. We fill that stadium every day with some of the most progressive-minded, forward-thinking farmers and ranchers around the world. Find out how the Red River Farm Network can carry your message to farmers and ranchers. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
March wheat Minneapolis is 2.5 cents higher to 5.75 Chicago March wheat's 1.25 down to 5.34 KC hard red winter wheat's a nickel lower at 5.26. December corn 2.5 higher at 4.39 January soybeans are 10.75 lower to 10.94 In Winnipeg, January canola is 3.20 per metric ton lower to 6.1470 Canadian. December live cattle are down a nickel to 227.10. January feeders are 370 lower at 335.35. December hogs up a dime at 81.75. Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Fergus Falls Monument Company is grateful for every family we have had the honor of serving this year.
The holidays remind us to look around and appreciate the people who bring meaning to our lives.
We hope your home feels warm. We hope your days feel cozy. And we hope your holidays feel extra special.
Thank you for being part of our community and for trusting our family with yours.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
From the Fergus Falls Monument Company.
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
Winter weather can change quickly and can be hazardous. Listen to News Talk 1250 KBRF for the latest weather-related postponements and cancellations. Brought to you by John's Heating and Air Conditioning and Northwest Tire. Schools, businesses, churches, and events. You can find postponements and cancellations on KBRFradio.com as well. And the Fergus Now app. Weather-related announcements brought to you by Northwest Tire and John's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Wendell Pioneer Insurance joins the community in cheering on the West Central area schools this Christmas concert season. Holiday music brings a calm joy that reminds us to slow down and enjoy the moments that matter. Sending heartfelt holiday wishes to you from Wendell Pioneer Insurance.
You know, Farmers Co-op Oil in Elbow Lake is here to keep your holiday travel simple. Whether you're heading to the West Central area Christmas concert or visiting family, stop by the C-store for fuel, snacks, and a warm cup of coffee. Make your holiday drive easier with Farmers Co-op Oil in Elbow Lake.
There we are. News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen to anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. I was too busy talking to Mary to realize that the bumper music was going, and we had to
All right,
hang
and
up and get
it's
going.
time for us to talk, and it's time for us to visit.
Yes.
All of us to listen
Two Marys and a Dave.
Yeah, to Mary out at the American Legion. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone today?
Well, good. Here it is. What is it? The 8th of 8th of December. Oh my goodness. Or no. 6.
Yes, it is.
It is. Oh my gosh. Where did all the time go? I lost a day there somehow. I don't know how that happened, but happens to the best of us, right?
We can call it the 7th for you, Mary. That's
okay. Well, it is so busy. I just feel like, wow. Here it is, 8th of December, which means we're almost to mid-December, and people, I think if you're like me, you kind of have to be pushed into thinking, oh my goodness, Christmas around the corner. So we need to do some thinking ahead if we want the American Legion to do some cooking for us.
That's right. And you can get on the list anytime. A lot of people have. So feel free to call and let us know if you're having ribs for Christmas and how many you'd like. And you know that something that's really been popular this year so far is cut up rib meat for sandwiches. People are going more casual for some after Christmas celebrations, I think. But yep, we have the boneless ribs, the bone-in ribs, and then the cut-up rib meat. And all are good for lots of different things.
Well, and you know that cut-up rib meat is so good and so easy. You can just, it can be warm and you can have it in a crock pot, and people can kind of help themselves when they feel like it. So that's
right.
really a nice option. So, Mary, it is only Monday, I know, but we're looking ahead to Wednesday when you guys open Wednesday through Saturday, and we always look forward to finding out what the Wednesday special is going to be.
It's perfect for this week. It's going to be a hot beef sandwich with mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh, that is the best, isn't it?
After a nice little blast of snow on Tuesday, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. That is like, that's pretty high on the list of the best comfort food ever. So hot beef sandwich coming up this week. Of course, there's always a treat that's included in that Wednesday special. And you can get it either for lunch or for dinner. You can take it out or you can eat in after 3, right?
That's right. Our carry-out is from 11 till 8, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and from 3 until 8 on Friday, or Saturday, rather. And on Wednesday through Saturday, you can dine in from 3 until 8. So
okay.
Dine in or carry out, you can get it either way.
Okay. Well, we've been into December for a little more than a week now, but you have some great December dessert specials we should talk about, too.
We do. We have pecan pie, a gingerbread layer cake, a peppermint cream cheese brownie, and then a peppermint cheesecake ice cream dessert.
Ooh, that sounds great.
It's
Anything
pretty good. There's cheesecake and ice cream. It's together.
Gosh, I don't know how you can do any better than that. And peppermint for me, that's one of my favorites. So this is one of my favorite times of year, just for that reason. So if we would like to get on a list for the Wednesday special, or we'd like to get on a list for maybe those ribs for Christmas, or like you said, that rib sandwich meat, or maybe some desserts too. What's the best number to call?
Give us a call at 739-4633.
All right. Mary, you have a great week, and we'll talk again next Monday.
Sounds good.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mary from the American Legion. Oh, doesn't that sound good? A hot beef sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
I know what we're having for dinner on Wednesday.
Oh.
Yum. Yeah, that sounds really good.
And another thing you could maybe think about, and I know it's one of the featured apps on this month's Where to Eat. KBRF presents Where to Eat. Is the Legion is our featured restaurant.
That's right.
The loaded tots.
Oh my gosh, those loaded tots.
If you have not done the loaded tots yet, oh, you're missing out.
Right. And it's sold as an appetizer, but it's really,
I get it as a meal.
It's a meal for sure. Those I always order the drummies because I love those, and I think they're an appetizer too. But man, makes for a great meal. Add some fries on the side, becomes a pretty darn good meal. But that hot beef sandwich
sounds good.
Yeah, sounds really, really good. So I'll look forward to that. Well, I'm going to tell you that story about Wade Millard, who is 45 years old, a retired canine officer from the Frederick Police Department in Maryland. Remember our friend that always called us from Maryland? He lived in Frederick, Maryland. And remind me to tell you a story about him when I'm done here, too. Operates a mobile laundromat serving homeless individuals at no cost. So that's really, really nice. He launched Fresh Step Laundry after encountering a homeless couple who washed clothes in a creek during a domestic dispute call that he was on. The former officer used donations and personal funds to convert a bus into a full-service laundry facility. Since retiring in January, he follows a regular schedule around the Maryland city near Washington, D.C. Fresh Step has processed over 2,000 pounds of laundry in recent weeks.
Wow.
If you're clean, you just feel better, he said. You feel a little bit more proud of yourself, as one of the homeless people said that. He explained his motivation for doing this. You're doing it to maybe give them a little bit of a boost. If having clean clothes can help them just a little bit, then my mission has been fulfilled. I should have saved that for the feel-good.
Yeah,
That's a great story, isn't it?
Yeah, it restores dignity. I mean, if they look clean, they can probably, maybe hopefully get a job.
Right.
And, get those next steps, get themselves back on their feet.
Right, and you know how good it feels to, that clean laundry smell that you get when you put on something that has just been laundered. That's a pretty cool deal. New York City is testing free fresh food vending machines to combat food insecurity. And it actually features free fresh food in vending machines for families facing that food insecurity. Change Food for Good installed the first machine last month at Kip's Bay Boys and Girls Club in Castle Hill in the Bronx. The vending machine stocks fruits, vegetables, and eggs. Oh gosh, I wonder how that works. Can't you see that egg falling down in the vending machine?
Well, I'm pretty sure they've worked it out.
I know, but I could just see the picture in my head. I was relatively sure that wasn't happening, but anyway. The Good Food for All free food vending machines has been really well received by community members. Everyone's been really excited to try out the machine. Eggs have proven popular due to careful packaging, there you have it, that prevents their breakage. The organization chose vending machines over open refrigerators to prevent tampering and track demand. Future installations are planned for schools, hospitals, and community spaces citywide. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
You're talking a little bit about, the make sure they're packaging correctly. I'm trying to remember if it was 5th, 6th, or 7th grade, or maybe even 8th grade, where we had to make a little kind of container for our egg, and we went up the auditorium stairs to the very top and then dropped them down and see if your egg survived.
Did anyone's egg survive?
Oh, yeah.
So, man, that would take some serious
planning.
Yeah, for sure. What would you put around an egg that would cause it not to break if you dropped it?
I don't know, because my egg broke, but I remember a couple of my friends, they made theirs.
Interesting.
That was like 40 years ago, so I can't remember all the details on it.
A little sketchy, huh? Here is a survey that shows Americans prefer cash over traditional holiday gifts. So if you're having trouble with those last few gifts, maybe cash is the answer. There's a survey of 5,000 Americans revealed that over half, 58%, would rather have cash for the holidays, hoping for an average of just over $600.
An average of $600?
Wow. West Virginia leads at 69%, followed by Georgia, preferring money gifts. Wearables and accessories ranked second. I think buying clothes for people is really hard.
Yeah.
While essentials like bill payments came in third. Americans plan to spend $1,120 on presents this year, with millennials averaging $1,369 and baby boomers $842. I'm a baby boomer, and $842 was a long time ago in this Christmas shop. $842 goes pretty darn fast, especially when you're buying for, you know.
You buy for a lot of people.
I do buy for a lot of people. You're exactly right. And in fact, I chuckle a little bit. I know I've told the story where we started this tradition way back when it was just John and I. Before we were married, we were dating, and before we got to his mom's house for Christmas, we would stop at this park and we would exchange our gifts, with just the two of us. Then we added Kate to that. Well, then, our family grew, and so then we are still doing that. The downfall for me is I buy 10 presents and they buy one. So right there is 10. So you can imagine that for me, $842 doesn't go very far. But during the holiday season, they said that about half of us find ourselves checking our bank account at least once a day, which is a good thing to do anyway.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, because if you're like me, I've purchased things and on a credit card because that's how I like to do it, and then I pay it off, and then I've had returns. So then there's a credit, and then, so you really have to keep on top of that stuff. So I would recommend checking that. Just take a quick look at it every day anyway, just to make sure that nobody is, running away with your funds, because that can happen too.
Especially around this time of year.
Absolutely. Yeah, be really, really careful. The stuff that you're, pulling the trigger online on, because, boy, some of that is really, really scammy.
Yeah.
So be very careful. There is a music psychologist that developed a scientifically backed Christmas car playlist designed to boost happiness.
Oh, no.
During your holiday drives. I'm pretty fussy about the Christmas music that I listen to. I hate all the Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer and the 10 Knucklehead Days of Christmas. I don't know what they call that, but
12 Days of Christmas.
12 Days of Christmas. All those funny novelty ones, for me, that is not Christmas music. I like either traditional, or I like maybe piano instrumentals. I like things like pentatonics.
Then you would like Channel 977 right now doing 24/7 Christmas.
All right. Well, I probably would. I'll have to tune that in but anyway, they say that She Has Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree is the most scientifically perfect festive song. I don't like that song. That's a novelty Christmas tune, if you ask me.
No, that's a classic.
The happiness formula requires major keys, bright vocals, upbeat tempo, and catchy choruses. However, a survey of 2,000 Christmas celebrating drivers found that Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You makes people the happiest. So even if you don't like the song, I guess it makes people happy. Other top scientific picks include, want to guess in any of these?
Let's go Rudolph. The Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Don't see that one here.
It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. White Christmas.
No, but that one is on here. That should be, for sure. Jingle Bell Rock is another one. Also not my favorite. Feliz Navidad.
If you have not heard the William Shatner version of Feliz Navidad, you are missing out.
Really? Can we play it tomorrow?
Yeah, I can. Keep reading that. I can pop it up. It is. Once you've heard Shatner's version, you will never remember any other version.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what makes it so different? Is it funny or is it...
It's awful.
It's awful? Okay, well, there you go. I like, kind of easy listening stuff, but I don't like all that novelty Christmas stuff. That doesn't feel like Christmas music to me. So either it's the classics, Silent Night, Oh Come All Ye Faithful, all those, or, instrumentals I love too. So, you going to bring it up for it? Oh, here we go. William Shatner, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Oh my goodness.
Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Oh.
He's not singing.
It's so bad.
Did he mean for it to be serious?
He's got an entire Christmas album out, and
William
this is on it.
Shatner?
Oh, yeah.
Does he sing, or does he just holler?
It's...
Feliz Navidad.
Oh.
Feliz Navidad.
I could have done that.
Yeah, but you're not William Shatner.
Very true.
He's got a Santa hat on, a pair of aviators, and it's William Shatner, Shatner Christmas, the Christmas album.
Well, remind me to skip that one. Yeah. Oh.
That is quite honestly one of Derek and I's favorite Christmas ones, just because it's just
so bad. Yeah. Okay.
And he takes it so serious. He's like, this is it. And that's pretty much all he does is the Feliz Navidad parts.
Hey, if you know somebody who loves to, like if you're just working around home, cleaning, or maybe this time of year wrapping gifts, that sort of thing. And I like to have music going.
Yep.
And I just play it off Spotify on my phone. That could be another good gift idea for somebody like me. You could give them
Spotify,
the annual membership, so you don't have to listen to the ads, which I don't really care. It's not a big deal to me, but that's a good idea. Or here's another one for somebody kind of like me who doesn't always know. I've always been a Pandora listener, and I was having so much trouble with my Pandora app. It would play one song, and then it would stop. Then I'd have to start it again. It would play one song, and it would stop. Drove me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Spotify instead. Now, both of these, if you're not familiar, are apps, music apps, and they're free if you don't care if you hear an ad from time to time. But what I don't know how to do on Spotify, because it's enough different than Pandora, I'm not sure how to make a playlist. I just haven't messed with it at all. And of course, your grandkids are so good at that kind of stuff.
They'll help you out.
So, right. And so maybe that's a good gift idea from your grandkids, is to say, here's the artists I like, make me a playlist. Because a lot of people don't know how to do that. And sometimes I just don't feel like messing around with it long enough to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't have time to do that.
Yeah. And, things like that happen. Like, for some reason, I had to change the password on my Netflix account, and then one of the TVs in our house wouldn't allow me. It wouldn't allow me into Netflix, and I'm like, so for the longest time I've gone without it, and finally on, I don't know, one day this weekend I decided that's it. I'm going to figure this out, and it ended up being super easy. It gave me a QR code. I put my phone up to the TV, and poof, I was back in. So all this time I've been going without, and there was an easy fix. But sometimes it's just easier to tell your grandkids, hey, I'm trying to do this. Will you take care of this for me? And they can go through stuff and figure stuff out so fast and set you right. And boy, that's worth a lot to me.
And speaking of Netflix, it's really funny because everybody's complaining, okay, You were losing so much money, I couldn't use my mom's Netflix account anymore because they went into that. And then they turn around and buy Warner Brothers.
I know. Unbelievable. I wonder if that's going to go through, though.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know. That is a real monopoly. And if anybody has anything to say about it, it will be Hollywood.
I mean, if Disney tried to buy them, I could see that being an issue. But Netflix, I think it'll go through.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. But it could mean more expensive Netflix for us.
Yeah.
And they'll give you what they feel like giving you because they own all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, this is not this should have been like first half of the show fodder, but I just I have that app where you can see what's coming in your mail.
Yeah.
And I see that this is going to be in my mailbox today. It says across the top, immediate action requested. Then beneath it, there is the seal, Minnesota seal, and then it says this, Minnesota permanent absentee voter application enclosed.
Oh.
So I haven't opened it. It's still in my mailbox.
Well, we can talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, and
Bring
I
it
will
in.
I'll try to remember to bring that in. But so you can permanently vote absentee.
That's got to be illegal.
Why? Why? Oh my goodness. Anyway. All right. Well, there you have a Monday. And yeah, we'll get you through the Monday and then Tuesday, and then we'll start rolling, and pretty soon it'll be Christmas. That's scary, huh?
Oh,
All right.
I got so much to do before that.
I know. You'll get it done. No problem. All right. Thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.